What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Red Eyes Black Dragon deck profile. So I'm really excited to do some for you guys because this deck is an extremely nostalgic deck that we just got some amazing support for. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing 2 copies of the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Red Eyes is an amazing 2-of in the build, but I feel like in this build you really only need 2 copies of this card, but it's such a nostalgic boss monster. We then play a single copy of the Dark Magician. Dark Magician is extremely important in this deck as a 1-of to help you go for your copy of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. We then play a single copy of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. This card is a great combo piece in the deck that has a great ability. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing a face-up dragon monster you control, and once per turn, you can actually special summon a dragon-type monster from your hand to your grave, except a copy of this card, which is a great effect to be able to use to help you bring back your copy of Black Metal Dragon to your side of the field, so you can link them both away to go in for some awesome plays. We then play a single copy of Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. Full Metal Dragon is definitely a 1-of in the build, and just such a powerful card to be able to play the Metal Morph engine in this deck, to be able to reveal this card in your hand, to be able to set your Metal Morph trap directly to your side of the field, and also to summon this card out extremely easily using your copy of Max Metal Morph, to be able to actually establish a walking negate that comes out at 3,800. We then play 2 copies of Red Eyes Metal Claw Dragon. Metal Claw Dragon is an amazing new support card that we just got out of Alliance Insight, and this card is exactly what the deck needed. This card has the ability that you can activate Metal Morph traps the turn they are set, and you can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. That you can send a face-down card you control to the grave to special summon this card from your hand, and if it's normal or special summon and you have a Max Metal Morph on the field or in the graveyard, you can add a Metal Morph trap from your deck or graveyard to your hand, which is a great effect you'll use to basically just use this card as an awesome extender in this build, so you can have an additional level 7 dragon on your side of the field. And it's actually why I've dropped Red Eyes to 2 in this build, as we now have 2 basically additional copies of Red Eyes in the deck. We then play 3 copies of Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. Meteor Dragon is an amazing 3-of in the build because this card is a level 6 monster that helps us go in for our fusion plays, and is also a great extender that lets you send a level 5 or higher null monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard to special summon this card in the hand, then increases level by 1, making this card a level 7 so we can use it to go in for a copy of Flare Metal Dragon. This card also has a great effect that if it's in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it from your grave to add a Red Eyes fusion from your deck to your hand. We then play 3 copies of Black Metal Dragon. Black Metal Dragon is definitely a 3-of in the build because this card is the best normal summon in the entire deck, because when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can actually add a Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand, which is an extremely powerful effect to grab the exact card that you need, and it's not a once per turn, so you can basically normal summon this card out, link it away, search out your copy of Darkness Metal, special summon out your Darkness Metal by banishing Striker Dragon, and then bring it back to your side of the field using your copy of Darkness Metal, so you can link it away and get an additional search, which is actually insane. It's very easy to actually loop through your copy of Black Metal like 3 times in a turn, which is so cool. We then play 3 copies of Chaos Allure Queen. Chaos Allure Queen is a really powerful engine in this deck to basically just get you level 7s on your side of the field. With the ability, you can discard one of your light or dark monsters, special summon this card from your hand. Also, you can target a monster in either player's graveyard and equip it to this card as an equip spell. If you do, this card's name becomes that equipped monster's name until the end of the turn. And if you equipped a light or dark monster card, which you always will by this effect, you can special summon a Dark Allure Queen monster from the deck or the graveyard, which is a great effect to get an additional monster out on your side of the field. And it's insane how easy it is to get you 2 level 7s on your side of the field using this card's effect, Plus, you can equip your copy of Black Metal Dragon to it, and when you XZ summon using your Chaos Alert Queen, or link it away, it'll actually touch the graveyard again from the field, giving you an additional search, which is awesome. We're also playing a single copy of Alert Queen level 7. We're playing this card as a 1-of in the build. It is a little bit of a brick, but you do need to play this card as a 1-of in this deck to be able to use your copy of your Chaos Alert Queen. So we have a level 7 Alert Queen to special summon off the effect of our Chaos. We then play 3 copies of Kashtira Unicorn. Kashtira Unicorn is just one of the most powerful level 7 engines in the entire deck to play Unicorn and Birth in this deck. And this card is basically a Cyber Dragon. And if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from the hand. During the main phase, you can add a Kashtira spell from your deck to your hand. And when it declares an attack, or if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can look at your opponent's X check, and if you do, banish a monster from it face down, which is such a powerful effect to be able to use. And it's insane that we can actually use Birth to help us normal summon out cards like the Red Eyes Black Dragon. We then play a single copy of Bestial Magnamut. Magnamut is great as a 1-of in the build because it helps us search our dragons from our deck to our hand, and also it's a great hand trap in this build that you can target a light or dark monster in either graveyard and banish it if you do special summon this card in the hand, and it's a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. And if this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect that during the end phase of this turn you get to add a dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except another copy of this card, which is a great ability. We then play a single copy of Druid's Worm. Druid's Worm is awesome in this build as a 1-of, just to help us spot remove cards off the field. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom's definitely a 3-of in the build to basically just stop your opponent from touching the deck. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is awesome in this build as a 1-of to basically just use this card to help us bring out our copy of Black Metal Dragon to our side of the field. We play a single copy of Kashtira Birth. Kashtira Birth is great as a 1-of in the build to be able to search off your copy of Unicorn so we can normal summon a level 7 monster without tributing, and also it helps us bring back our copy of Unicorn from the graveyard so we can use it for more rank 7 plays to go into our copies of Flare Metal Dragon. We then play 2 copies of Red Eyes Fusion. Red Eyes Fusion is an amazing 2-of in the build that helps us go in for a copy of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and it's just such a powerful card to play in this build. We then play 3 copies of Red Eyes Insight. Red Eyes Insight is great as a 3-of in the build because this card is actually a Foolish Burial for Red Eyes, letting you send a Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard to add a Red Eyes spell or trap from your deck to your hand, which is a great ability to help us search out our copy of Red Eyes Fusion directly from our deck to our hand, or even one of our Red Eyes trap cards. We then play 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is definitely a 3-of in the build, just to help us dig into the deck for the exact card we need, especially the amount of dark monsters we play in this build. So, that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to start with a single copy of Red Eyes Spirit. Red Eyes Spirit is great as a 1-of in the build because this card lets us target a Red Eyes monster in our graveyard and special summon it back to our side of the field, which is an awesome ability to be able to use to instantly bring back the exact card that we need. I'm playing a single copy of Max Metalmorph. Max Metalmorph is insane in this build as a 1-of, and it's so easy to get to in this deck with the ability to let you tribute a face-up monster to special summon a monster that cannot be normal summoned as a set that mentions Max Metalmorph from your hand, deck, or graveyard, then equip this card with giving it the following effect: that the equipped monster gains 400 attack and defense points, and it cannot be destroyed by spell or monster effects. And also, your opponent cannot target it with monster effects or spell effects either, which is a crazy powerful effect to be able to use to tribute one of our level 5 or higher dragon monsters to actually summon out our copy of Full Metal Dragon, then equip this card to it, giving it an extra 400 attack points, boosting it up to 3,800, and it's basically unaffected by monster and spell effects, which is insane of your opponent, because it cannot be destroyed or targeted with those types, which is insane to be able to do, just to give us an awesome walking the gate. We then play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is definitely a 3-up in the build, just to stop your opponent's monster effects and also lock down entire columns of spells and traps. So, that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start off with Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. And we're definitely playing 3. This card is so cool because every time your opponent activates a card effect or even just breathes, they take 500 points of damage, which is crazy powerful. It cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has an XZ material. And also, once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach an XZ material from this card, target a Red Eyes normal monster in the graveyard, and special summon it, which is crazy powerful. And definitely give us a like, guys, for playing one of each of the original rarities of this card, which is so cool to be able to do. And we have a single copy of Dark Armed, the Dragon of Annihilation. This card is awesome as a 1-of in the build because it helps us pop cards on the field, and just a really powerful 1-of in the extract to be able to use to help us get rid of cards off the field. And a really cool thing about this card is it actually says it cannot attack after you activate its effect, so you can attack first, and then once you attack, you can then activate its effect during the main phase 2 to pop cards on the field. And a single copy of Big Eye. Big Eye is great in the deck as a 1-of to basically just take control of your opponent's monsters. It's just an awesome 1-of in the build. And a single copy of Typhon. Typhon's just an awesome option overall to basically just bounce cards off the field and use this card as a skill drain for 3,000 or higher attack point monsters. And then a single copy of Dragoon. Dragoon is so easy to go into and such a powerful boss monster to be able to summon because it helps you pop cards on the field. And it also is just really good because it cannot be destroyed by card effects and neither player can target it with card effects either, which is so cool to be able to do. And it's just an awesome card because it can also do some burn damage. And a single copy of Meteor Black Comet Dragon. Meteor Black Comet is awesome in this deck because it comes out at 3,500 attack points, and if this card is fusion summoned, you can actually send a Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack of that monster, just doing a bunch of burn damage to your opponent, which is insane to be able to do. And this card is just really good as a 1-of in the build because you can easily go into it using your copy of your Meteor Black in the main deck, which is so cool. And then we have a single copy of Access Code. Access Code's great to help you pop multiple cards on the field, and it comes out absolutely massive. 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn to spin stuff. 1 copy of the Dark Charmer. Dark Charmer is great in this build. It's 1 to help you bring back monsters to your side of the field. 1 copy of SP. SP is awesome to basically use this card as a double interruption. We then lay a single copy of Heretic Seal. Heretic Seal is a card we usually end on in this deck, and it's just really good in the deck. It helps you bring back a monster to your side of the field, which is great to instantly bring out like a Druid Worm from your deck to your side of the field, and then use your copy Max Metamorph to tribute it, so you actually get to use Druid Worm's ability, spin a card off the field, and get a full metal dragon, which is insane. We made a single copy of Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon is great to be able to use with our copy of our Black Metal Dragon. It's just extremely important in the deck to be able to basically link away your copy of your Black Metal. We then finally play a single copy of Relinquished Anima. Relinquished Anima is awesome in the deck to basically just use this card to gobble up your opponent's cards, and it's a great 1-of in the build. So, that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played a Red Eyes deck before, you should definitely give this deck a try, because it's just an extremely powerful deck that's super nostalgic to be able to play, because you can summon out Red Eyes Black Dragon and all of its awesome forms to help you go in for game. So, that's going to be this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell and there so you can get notifications. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.